Hi, this is Bea from Sorcery Soap, and we're going to make these little Vikings today. Anyway, we're going to make these, and we're going to make a shield, and we're going to make his hammer. So let's get started. So, like with most things, I'm going to make something so there isn't some pieces that break off. We want to make, start with a cone. And let's make him short and squatty. He, I think, is a little too tall, so I want him to be a little shorter and a little squattier. And there's a couple, I learned something while I did this guy. Now he's based on my, kind of loosely based on my gnomes that I make, but here's this guy I think is going to be a little bit better. And so I'm making them this big so that you can see them. And you can make them tinier. So this is brown with a little bit of black. And for all this silver, this gray here, we have some gray coming out on Friday. So which I'm really happy with because I really like gray soap dough. So I made it today. I made the gray. Let's see, how big do we want his feet? I like his feet a little bit pudgy, so that looks like a good size. This is this sort of dark chocolate. Let's see, we want it not to be cracky, but nice and smooth. Okay, let's see, about the same size, almost. This guy's a little bit bigger. So one of the things I'm learning is that the more I do, the more creative I am, the more ideas keep coming in on piggybacking ideas, and I get a little success with doing one, and I think, oh, that'll be fun, I could do this, I could do that. So I really encourage you to just start making things, even if you don't think you're going to be any good at it. Because some of these, like this guy, he's like, his shapes are really simple, and all you have to do is have some decent soap dough and you're going to be fine. So we're going to make his feet kind of fat, like this. And I want him to stick, so I just smear it on the bottom, because you're never going to see that anyway. It's going to go on top of the, oh, I need a little bit of water, but it's going to go on top of the soap, so you're not going to see him. So last year I made, I'll see if I can find it. It's in my book. I made a Christmas gnome, and I just sat down. I obviously have lots of soap dough, so I just thought, oh, I could use something like this for pictures, and I just wanted to see if I can make it, because I think I don't know if before or after I made the Yule tree. I just wanted to see if I could make it, and sure enough, I just made it. And I was really surprised, and I ended up keeping it. So this guy here has all this extruded hair, like this. Is there a fuzz in here? It looks like a fuzz in there. Anyway, he has all this extruded hair, which we can do, but I thought maybe this would be a little bit easier if I put this around him and then, roughed it up. So let's see if we can do it that way, because you already see we could do the extruded thing, and you know how to do this. If you've watched the cow videos, you know how to put the extrusions on there, but this might actually be a little bit more uniform and a little bit nicer. Well, I don't know, nicer, but so let's do it like this and see. Because I had this idea that I want his beard to be a certain shape. That looks too fat. Let's try this. It doesn't have to be exactly, but I'm rolling it out because I want it to be thinner, but I want it to be sticky. So put that on the back of him. Oh, that wraps around pretty nicely, huh? Okay, good. because this might be a faster way. It's a little tedious to put the extrusions on, but I had an idea, so I'm gonna work it out right here and see if it works. And if it doesn't, well, then the video doesn't go up. That's a lot of work for just to experiment on camera, though. Okay. So what I was thinking is I could do like this, which might be actually kind of fun, because then he looks like a little bit different type of hairiness. See, and the reason that I did this is because I wanted him to have, let me see if I can find it real quick. I wanted him, yeah, that's a perfect shape. Okay. I wanted a shape right in front. Look at that, there's a fuzz. Okay. I wanted his beard to have this shape in front, like this, so he looks a little bit more uniform. And then you can see how this is made, and then you have this alternative too. So good. I think this is going to work fine. Something about that sort of uniformness right here, even though I'm going to rough it up a bit, I like. Now, it's not the end of the road, actually. So here we go. I'm going to show you how this is going to work. These little furs today. And I don't mind that it's, so this version, I don't mind that it's all roughed up. Remember what I said in another video about laying things down so that they don't create those drag marks? I purposely am creating these drag marks now. So let's see, I can put a few. So here's my extruder loaded with brown. So this is where we want his nose to go here, so his mustache will go underneath. Split it just a bit, right? We need to be on camera, there we go. Right above his feet, like that. There. Now, oops, I guess I didn't need that piece. There's his nose. There's a little goatee right there. Okay, so let's make his nose. I'm not sure if that's faster or not. I kind of like it, but I like that he's shorter and squattier for sure. Okay. So put this little bit of brown soap dough because we're going to need it for these. There we go. I think, so this seems more accurate. And I think I like this one better. This was easier to do around the center. We'll do that one. Okay, so now I need his nose. And what I learned from this guy is his nose is a little bit too long. Well, of course, he's taller. I have a very small piece of, small amount of brown. Okay. So this is going to be his nose right there. Oops. I still think his nose is a bit too big. Let's see, is that gonna work? Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay, so let's make his hat. I don't have any gray. I used most of my gray, so I'm gonna, and this is what I just made with black and white. So that's, it's not quite as silvery. So this is silver, more silvery gray. This is black and white, so. Okay, so again, we're gonna make a cone. Plus you get little specks in here that aren't exactly mixed in from the black and the white. Make a cone. Oh, sorry, I'm not on camera. I wish you could tell me when that happened. I get so focused. Okay, yeah, that is a little bit actually better than my original one. Okay, great. So let's smash his nose down a bit. Check his hat. Good. Okay, so now I'm gonna have to do this in wet soap dough. I like to let things dry, but that can't happen today because we want to make this all at one time. Let me do this on camera because that's the whole point. Okay. So, let's see, which way do I want it? This, there, okay. So now we want there, like that. And then we're gonna put the rivets in. Rivets. Accurate or not, doesn't matter, gives the impression, right? Okay. Get the front on here. There. Let that dry a bit. And I actually like his mustache a little bit better. And that one didn't take quite so long. So you can see the difference of these guys. We still have to put his horns on, but we'll let him set for a second, okay? And now let's make the shield. Okay, so I have two different colors here of brown, which could make it a little bit more wood-like. There. No harm, no foul. Okay. See which one, there we go. So let's do that. Oops, I didn't want to make sure you saw that, so here you go. I rolled this out and then through here I pushed that. Okay, let me move these guys. Okay. Use this one here. There. Okay, let's let that set for a minute, just for a second before I put the lines in it. Too much for this. Okay, so we're gonna roll this in the plastic because I want it to stay sticky so I can stick it to the other thing. Let's see. There we go. That's why I don't like doing it this way, but it seems to be effective in some capacity. There. Okay, so let's leave that, and then we want to make some lines here for it to look like wood. Yeah, that's too, we don't like that one. Here we go. Okay, wood is not necessarily even. There, but true Viking would have a very solid piece of wood, so we can't, how come I can't get that up? So we can't put any knots in it, even though sometimes floors have knots and furniture has knots in the wood. But you wouldn't have a shield with knots in it. So, all right, okay. So there's this guy. Set that right in the center. Okay. Oh, I just stuck it to the table again. There we go. There. Okay. So then let's put it on the plastic. That'll be easier. I have this. See if I can make it right dead in the center. I used a fondant plunger the last time, and it seemed to make too sharp of a line in here. See that? That's too sharp of a line. So, and that one's quite close to the outside, but I think it'll do. So where should we put the, I think we should put them on the inside of this line, even though that doesn't really make any sense, but I think it'll be fine. Okay, so then we want tiniest bit of brown, because, you know, studying shields and whatnot. There's a brown notch or brown bolt or something right in the center. I'm not quite sure what it is, but I'm going to pretend I know what it is, so I'm going to do that. A little bit too much water. Okay. There. Actually looks better than my other one. And then I also dipped it out just a bit. I want it to be more like a kind of, not a cone, but more warped. So it wasn't flat. That's when I made this like a little bit more warped. So it looks like a chocolate chip. I don't know that I like that. Let's make it flat. Okay, there we go. Leave him to dry for a second. And let's get to this guy here. I'll show you how to do that. Even though it seems self-explanatory, I still will show you, because it's easier to follow somebody else than have to think it out sometimes. And when it comes to this stuff, it's really so much nicer when you have it all plotted. I know I sit here half the day figuring, how do I do this, or contemplating something, and then I just start, and then I have to duplicate it for myself, and I'm like, oh, how did I actually think that out? Okay, so we want it to be like sort of dull on the ends. So I'll show you how I do that. See how it gets all munged up right there? It's the official technical term, mung. There. So, granted, I would want this to see, I let mine set for a bit, but I want you to see how it all works. Okay, there. Just kind of tuck the ends in if I can. There, sort of tapered down, right? Now you could get more detailed with Thor's hammer if you wanted to do that. I wanted to get this up since I'm sort of, seems to me I'm kind of on a soap creation bender. Okay. So we want it to appear that it goes through. Oh gosh. That it goes through to the other side. There. Nope, see, I made it flat. Okay, let's leave that. Okay, so I'm going to take the same wood, what I thought looked kind of like wood, right? And just roll. Oh good, I got some swirls in there. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that. It looks pretty good. I actually like this one better than that one. So, okay. Have to make a flat spot on it in order for it to hook here. And this seems a little bit too long in relationship to this guy. See, if you were going to put it on a soap, so I'm going to cut that off so it would fit on top of a soap. It's okay, it doesn't have to be realistic. This is soap, magical soaps. So I'm going to make a little dent right here to fit this right here. Not entirely necessary, but I found that if you just open up that soap just a bit and then stick it together, it somehow adheres just a bit better. Okay, so then we want this to carry through, right? But that looks a little bit too thin. So I want to make it a little chunkier. Okay. And then, of course, leave it set and then don't touch it. So there you go. There is your little Viking, which I think this guy turned out better. I like him a little bit short and squattier. Oh, I forgot to put the horns on him, so should I do that? Okay. So I use this pretty bright gold. And I did the same thing last time. I was like, oh, I forgot to put the horns on. Okay. So roll 2 ends. Same way I make the horns for the cows. Not cows, for the bulls. And then try to imagine them on the thing so I can cut them. I can cut them angled correctly. It probably won't be angled correctly. Okay. I think I like them a little bit lower. There. And this is kind of stickier, so it sticks. And now I don't want to just leave it like this. I put a little water on there. And then let them set. And this, there we go. So there you go. I like his mustache and his little goatee on this one, and I like that he's a little squattier, and I did a better job on his helmet, I think. And this guy's, to me, too tall, but of course they, you know, obviously come in all sizes, but I also like that his feet are bigger in this one. And see, and I don't necessarily like this because he looks sort of like Cousin It. But this is kind of cool. Just a little bit of furs here like this. And it was faster, to me. I felt like it was faster. And if you didn't have an extruder, well, I suppose you could do all this if you wanted to. Want it to be a little bit uniform. There. So there you go. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps. Okay, bye.